Hi everyone, welcome to Push Your Luck video. My name is Eric and today we'll be looking at a 2015 release. This is Isle of Skye from Chieftain to King. Alright, so this is 2015 release published by Lookout Games, which is now under Mayfair Games. So I think it's published by Lookout but distributed by Mayfair. So this is a 2 to 5 player game. It is by designers Alexandra Feister and Andreas Pelikan, who also brought you Broom Service, which I really like a lot. So this is a 2 to 5 player game. It plays about 30 minutes to maybe about 30 minutes to 40 minutes. It really depends on how fast you play. You could play this really fast, or people could AP or analysis paralysis a lot and then cause the game to go longer. The box says 60 minutes though. My thing is about 45 minutes or so it shouldn't take too long to play the game. Now in Isle of Skye, players are chieftains, right? They have their own castle and they are trying to build up their land, alright? Trying to build land, have sheep, have cows, have ranches, have ships, have lighthouses, etc, etc. So all these are the things that they're trying to get to build into their and to grow their kingdom, so that at the end of and they're trying to trigger scoring at each of the 6 rounds. So the game always lasts 6 rounds. So at each of the 6 rounds, at different scoring, they're trying to meet these scoring objectives and get the most points. And then at the end of the game, there will be some end game scoring as well, and goal will also be changed to end game scoring. So whoever has the most points at the end of the game will win. So it's like a tile building Carcassonne with a bit of auction into it. So let's take a look at how do you play Isle of Skye and my thoughts about the game. Alright, so this is what you get in Isle of Skye. It's all cardboard pieces and wooden tokens, so there's nothing new there. They're all quite thick cardboard pieces, so good component quality. You will get this is a main board where there's a score track around the board, so players will just put their scoring token there. These are scoring tiles and they correspond to a certain ladder, so A, B, C and D. Now at the start of the game there will be a whole set of scoring tiles that you can have. You randomly choose 4 of them and place them in randomly A, B, C and D. I'll explain what those do later on. There's a round marker as well, and I explain after 6 rounds, whoever has the most points will win the game. So it's just a 6 round game. Each player will also have this little shield where they can put their pieces behind. So this is important for the auction part of the game, which I'll explain later on. Each of them also have a color, so this is blue color for example. Each player will also have a starting castle tile here. Alright, every time when you get income, it will also give you 5 gold for income. Each player will also have this little X looking thing, which is meant as a discard token, so it's like a discard pointer. I'll explain that as well later on. There's a start player token here, and behind the player board behind, this is explain the different phases of a particular round. So yeah, so this and then there's a lot of tiles with which you can then build your kingdom with. So these are all the tiles you can build your kingdom with. And there's a handy bag for you because you're supposed to randomly pick up tiles from the bag as well. So the bag is standard quality bag. Alright, so how do you play the game? Now, in each round, right, starting with the start player, the first thing you do is get income. So you always get income based on the castle that you have, alright, which will give you 5 gold, as well as any other barrels that you have in your area. So if you have, for example, if I had this barrel in my kingdom, I'll get 5 plus 1, so I'll get 6 gold. So I'll take 6 gold from the bank there. Now this second phase is where the auction phase comes in, and this is where it gets interesting. Alright, so in player order, each of you will get 3 tiles from the bag, and then you start to allocate costs to them or discard them. So if this was facing your, if you're the blue player and this was facing you, what happens is you will actually draw 3 tiles. Alright, I'll get 2 more tiles. And then you place the 3 tiles, doesn't matter how you place it, just place it in front of you, like so. Alright, 3 tiles like so. Now what you need to do then, you need to choose one of the tiles to discard. So you'll be placing this token in one of pointing to one of the 3 tiles. So imagine that this is one column, one column, one column, and you're placing this, like, for example, I want to discard this, so I put this column there. Now for the remaining 2, you need to put at least 1 coin there. Alright, you can put more than 1, it's up to you. Gold is always secret, so keep the rest of the gold in your hand. So you must at least put 1 coin there. So let's say I put 1 coin and 2 coin here, like this. So this is 2 coins, this is 1 coin. Now when we are done, we go to phase 3. Alright, I'll explain phase 4, which will kind of explain why we are doing this later on. So when you go to phase 3, once everybody has done allocating their getting the 3 tiles and allocating the costs, they'll remove this shield, and then they'll discard the tile which they have set the discard token pointing to. So I will discard this tile, for example, put it back into the bag. Alright. Now in phase 4, in turn order, starting with the start player, each player can buy 1 tile from another player. They cannot buy from their own, they're buying from another player. So this is where this comes in. So you can look around the table and you can see what prices they have set for the tiles that they have gotten. Alright, and then what you are doing is that if you like a tile, you will pay them the money that they have set there. So for example, if someone else see these 2 tiles and they say, oh, I like this tile, for example, now they'll pay me 2 gold to get this tile. So they give me 2 gold. This 4 gold now keeps in my hand. So the 2 gold that I previously allocated, I will get it back, and then I'll take the extra 2 gold that I've earned from other people buying my tiles and keep it in my hand. Alright, that other player will now take this tile and it now belongs to them. Okay, so again, in phase 2, you're setting the prices for these tiles, and then in phase 4, people may buy from you depending on the price that you have set. Alright, so setting the right price, judging what people want and setting the right price is important. Alright, so once everybody has had the chance to buy 1 tile, and then any remaining tiles, you will have to buy it yourself. So what happens is, let's say if no one bought my tiles, or let's say someone did buy 1 tile, for example, in the previous example, this remaining tile I will now keep, and this money that I set for the price will now be discarded, put into the bank. So it's like, so you need to gauge how much people want it for, whether you want the money or whether you want to pay the amount of money to get the tile or to secure the tile. So this is the very interesting part about this game. Once you get the tile, alright, what happens is in phase 5, you now add them to your kingdom. So you can now add them to your kingdom, the tiles that you either have gotten from yourself or purchased from other people. Alright, when you add them to a kingdom, the only main rule is that terrain must touch terrain. So for example, this terrain must touch, this is the grass terrain, so the grass terrain touch the grass terrain, so that's fine. The roads do not need to connect. So for example, I cannot do this because there's a mountain terrain, doesn't touch the grass terrain. I can do this because the mountain terrain touches the mountain terrain. The castle is always face up, but the other tiles you add to it can be rotated any way that you want. Alright, so it's kind of, that's a bit weird to me, because I thought we could change the direction of the castle, but well, that's the rule. So the water must touch water. I cannot do this. I can do this, for example. Now the roads is kind of interesting, because it says that in the rules that roads do not need to connect to other roads. So for example, in this case, if I connect this way, it is fine, because it's the terrain that touches the terrain that's important, and the roads don't really matter in this case. Alright, so this is how you form, how you add the tiles to your kingdom. Now at round 6, we will now score. So after everyone has added, we will now score. So you see in each round there's some scoring depending on the scoring tiles we have here. So for example, this is A and B, this is A and C, B and D, A C D, B C D. So each of these scoring tiles will actually score in an entire game 3 times. So right now we look at A and B. So these tiles, they have different meanings. So for example, this one means for each completed area, you get 1 point. Alright, what do I mean by completed area? So for example, if I do it this way, now this mountain is now a completed area, so I'll score 1 point if I manage to do that. Usually the waters and the mountains and the plains are the hardest to form completed one. So for example, if I manage to do this, alright, Now the water, the lake, alright, is a completed area. So I managed to score 1 as well. Okay, so this is how you have completed areas. And then for example this one, every column that has 3 or more tiles, you get 3 points. Alright. They don't multiply, so you cannot have like 6 and you score 3. So it's just every column who have 3 or more, you score 3 points. This means that whoever has the most barrel will get 5 points, second most will get 2 points. If there's tied for most barrel, everyone gets 5 points, there's no points awarded for second. If there's a tie for second, everyone scores 2 points, and that's it. So friendly ties. This is for every 4 squares that are together in this formation, you get 2 points, and you can have multiple. So if I have like 9 squares, so not 9 squares, like 4, so there's 6 squares. I'll score 4 for this, and I'll score 4 for this. So it's 2 for this and 2 for this. Alright, so you keep doing this. At round 3, at the start of round 3, there's a catch-up mechanism provided. So if you are, for every person that you're behind on the score track, I'll get 1 more extra goal. So if you're far behind in a 5-player game, for example, you get 4 goal here because there's 4 players in front of you. Then in round 5, you get 2 goal for every player that is in front of you. For round 6, you get 3 goal for every player that is in front of you. So this is like a catch-up mechanism for those who are really far behind. And it also means that you don't want to be ahead too far off, because then you don't get this benefit in a way. So what happens is at the end of the game, alright, every 5 goal you can change for 1 point. There's also some end game scoring, so you see that there are these scroll tiles. So these scroll tiles will give you certain points at the end of the game. So this means that you get 1 point for every lighthouse you have in your kingdom. Now if this scroll is in a completed area, for example it is, let me see if I can form for example like that. Alright, so now this scroll is in a completed sea area. It will mean that the scroll now doubles the points that you get. So, and it's indicated here. Alright, so if I had 5 lighthouses, normally I'll get 5 points by itself, but since I managed to complete it, I'll now get another 5 points. Alright, so it can be quite big. It can be quite a big game changer if you manage to do it this way. Alright, and so yeah, that's it. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game will win. There are 2 different boards. So this is the 5-player board. Then for the rest, like 2 to 4 players, is slightly different. So you can see that for a 5-player board, you start 2 scoring almost immediately, and there's only 5 rounds for a 5-player board. Oh, I just realized that 5 rounds for a 5-player board. For a 2 to 4-player board is 6 rounds. All right, 6 rounds. So yeah, and so that's how you play Isle of Skye. So let's go to my thoughts about the game. Alright, so what do I think of Isle of Skye? So first and foremost, I want to thank Mayfair Games for this review copy. Now, I really enjoyed the designer's previous game, Broom Service. So I was really eager and really excited to take a look at this game and see what it is about. There is one very interesting mechanism that the designers have put in, and that is the price setting and price buying part. So if you play games like Key Harvest, you set a price and then people can buy it from you, or you can buy it yourself. Now in this case, you set a price. You're trying to hopefully get someone to pay you exorbitant prices, and you earn the money, which is points at the end of the game, or which is income that you can use to buy other people's tiles. And at the same time, you don't want to pay too much, so much so that you're actually reducing the amount of points you get because you're spending way too much for a tile that maybe nobody wants. So that is a very juicy, interesting mechanism there for me. You also can play strategically, because maybe you don't want to buy a tile from someone, but you do not want that person to gain 3 tiles in 1 round, because gaining a lot of tiles helps you to form completed areas, which will also in turn score points. So that part is very interesting, because you can also look at other people and see what they're aiming for. Maybe they're aiming for scoring most barrels or most coins, for example, and then you want to stop them from doing that. So you can strategically buy something from them. Of course, if they set it to a high price, then that kind of screws around with what you can buy. But if they did not do it correctly, and you can buy it for cheap, and you can sabotage them further, then that's all the more power to you. Unfortunately though, the rest of the game, the forming of the kingdom and stuff like that, did not sit too well with me. It felt a bit thin. The strategy and stuff like that from that part of the game feels a bit lacking, a bit lackluster. If you look at games like Keyflower, the auction part is very interesting, like how you put meeples on it and how you get how you can obtain the tile. Subsequently, when you add the tiles from Keyflower to your village, you can still use the tiles for other things. Right? You can still use the tiles for action and stuff like that. So that brings a different layer to the tiles that you added to your kingdom. But for Isle of Skye, when tiles add to your kingdom, they're kind of dead in a way. They don't really give you more things per se. So I would say that this is a try before you buy. I really like the front mechanism, the auction mechanism, but the secondary part where you're trying to form a kingdom and stuff like that kind of fell flat for me. So I would say this is a try before you buy. If this is something that is interesting to you, do check it out. But I wish that there was one more element, or maybe there's something that we can do with the tiles that we have that will make it a bit more juicy for me. So that's my review of Isle of Skye. Once again, thanks to Mayfair Games for providing this review copy, and thank you for watching.